Right, so I'm down at my brother's work, and we're gonna get his bike going. He's not been running for a while, and he's just been telling me about stuff that I can't remember, because obviously for some reason my short-term memory's gone. It must be something to do with this thing I've just been in hospital about. But the weird thing is, I can remember motorbikes. It's really weird, isn't it? But I think motorbikes are, obviously I've been doing it long term. It's the short term stuff that I'm not remembering. So anyway, we're going to get cracked on with this, and we're going to get this running today. It's going to be brilliant. Can't wait. So right, first thing I'm going to do is take the plugs out then. So we'll get these plugs out, we'll have a look at them, and we'll go from there. So yeah, it's a lovely little Triumph, is that? I think it's a Triumph 900. So we'll get it sorted. Right, we've had to take the rocker cover off because the spark plug spanner that actually fits the spark plugs wouldn't go past that hole, if that makes sense. So we've taken the rocker cover off. I've now got the I can now get the spark plug in. I've just squirted a shitload of WD-40 down there, just to try and let it soak a little bit. I don't know if you can see that or not, but so we're letting that soak a little bit, so I'll give that another 5 minutes to soak in, and then we'll get the plugs out and see what condition the plugs are in. Right, so I've got the plugs out now. We'll just put a bit of oil in. They were fucking filthy, and the reason why we're putting oil in is because these tubs over here, all the fuel from the carbs had just gone into the engine, and that's just like fucking pisses. That's actually supposed to be oil. So we're just putting a bit more oil in, and then my little hoe, I mean bro, we're just gonna put some oil in, and then we'll
the finest oil in the world for oil.
Yeah. So yeah, my brother, he's got an oil company called Oilswell. He sells oil, so we're not short of oil. So we're just gonna put some in, spin it over, and then see what crack is. Right. So when we was putting the dipstick back on, it just didn't feel right, as though it was cross-threading, and the reason is, let me just show you this. There, look, I don't know if you can see that, but there's a bit of plastic there that's manked up by my thumb. Let me put my glasses down because I can't see if it's fucking focused in or not, but there's a bit of there, shitty plastic there. So all I'm going to do is just get a bit of a wire brush on it, clean that up, and that'll go in. In fact, you can see it there, look, to the left hand side. You see that bit of plastic sticking up? It's that was causing the for it to feel as though it were going to cross thread. So I'm going to clean that up, and that'll be alright then.
Here we are, Triumph Daytona 1200. So, hi, this is Rick speaking. Just taking over from Jason. Still working on the Triumph Daytona 1200 on a P-Reg, old P-Reg 96, 97. We took out the spark plugs, cleaned them up, put a thread gauge on them to 0.9 mil, and we noticed that when we were trying to put them back in, there was a problem on number 2. Spark plug number 2. It looked like it had cross-threaded or something, so there may be an issue on a later look at it.
But it was tight getting it out as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. So it was tight getting it out, and it was tight getting it back in. But we're just cleaning up the what we're cleaning up, Jay. Cleaning up the rocker cover now because that's covered in silicone. So yeah, there we go. See how we go on. Here we are back in the room with Jason, fixing the Triumph Daytona 1200. What you been doing, Jay?
We've had the plugs out, we've set the gap. We've cleaned all the... Whoever's done it before has put a shitload of silicone on to make it seal. So what I've done is I've just spent a fucking hour cleaning it, getting all the silicone out. And then what we've done then is we've used red rubber grease. So I don't know if you can see it there, Eric. We've used red rubber grease to stick the gasket on, and we've got the cam cover on now, so I'm just going to tighten these bolts up.
Can't see red rubber grease, but then what?
Then we can put the leads back on, and then I'm going to drain the carbs, take the carbs off, drain them. I suspect that the reason why the petrol was flooding the engine was the float ball needle stuck open and the petrol just going in. So we just need to make sure that they're closed, and then we're going to start it.
Cool.
So we'll be back in 2 minutes.
Embryo.
Right. So what we're doing is we're just cleaning the carbs out. Now the main reason we've done all this work is because petrol filled up inside the engine. So I'm suspecting that one of the float fucking needle valves for the floats was stuck open, and obviously when we turned the petrol on, it just fucking carried on running through and it wouldn't shut off. So that's the main reason we've done it. But and while we've done it as well is you know, we've done the spark plugs and stuff like that. Right, Rick, just that side as well.
Yeah.
And what you might have to do is sort of like just do that. So all we're doing now is just giving it a thorough clean with loads of carb cleaner, and then we're going to put it back together and we'll be ready for starting it. We'll be back in 2 minutes. Right, so we've got it back together, we've put some fuel in, it's resolved the float chambers from flooding the engine, but we've now found there's no spark at the spark plugs. So, and we've found this. I need to Google what that connector's for, but I'm suspecting now that we've checked the fuses are all right.
Does that have to be?
That'll be for your fuel gauge. Have you got a fuel gauge? Right, you've got a fuel light warning, so that's probably that. I'm more concerned about this one, Rick, to find out what that is.
I don't think it's on.
Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get home, Google what that plug's for. But there's definitely no spark. So what we need to do now is I'll do some Googling as to why there's no spark. But we're nearly there. See you later. Bye.